Welcome everyone and good afternoon. My name is Wahid. I'm lecturer and program coordinator in Bachelor of Commerce program. So today we want to talk about future economy and impacts of COVID-19. First, a little bit talk about the impacts of COVID-19, how it impacted the businesses and our lives, and also I briefly discuss some of the reactions of businesses as a result of COVID-19 impact. And finally, I draw some implications for young graduates and students about the skills that they need to prepare for job market after COVID-19. Then I pass the floor to Rita to Dr. Rita to talk a little bit about how our programs prepare students for the post-COVID-19 era. So I guess all of you know that COVID-19 has impacted our lives, and the students are anxious about future employment opportunities because there are lack of employment opportunities in the job market. So obviously and naturally, job seekers, students, graduates are anxious about it. COVID-19 has destroyed businesses and erased jobs and put our economy into crisis. Not only that, but COVID-19 also has affected our lifestyles and individual lives, like how we interact with each other, or how we travel, or how we seek for medical care or spend our leisure time. So that's obvious. Also, Singapore labor market has been impacted, and labor market is under pressure from coronavirus outbreak. And because lots of companies have wage cut and also put employees to unpaid leave, especially in Singapore, the government expects that the ratio of vacancies to unemployed people be at 0.71. That is, for every 10 unemployed people, there will be only 7 jobs. Also, it is expected that so far in the past few months, 50,000 people have lost their jobs, and it's expected that 150,000 more people will face salary cut, and also 150,000 more people will lose their jobs until end of this year. So this shows the impact that COVID-19 has on our businesses and our lives. As a result of this, there has been changes in the workplace also, like workplace environment will change, and employers' priorities also will change. Also, different skill sets will be required after the COVID-19 era. So what businesses reacted to the COVID-19, it especially accelerated the pace for automation and adoption of technology. So, for example, currently or nowadays, many companies do tasks remotely from home, or there are decline in rate of manual or repetitive tasks. They are replaced by automated system. Also, companies need more analytical and technical support. So, and also there are large investments. Companies are heavily investing in training staff, and governments also investing in training a staff for learning new skills. So it's expected that work environment will be completely different from pre-COVID era. For example, administration jobs will disappear, and they are replaced by technology-based solutions. So what these automation and digital technologies help companies to do, they help companies to expand their digital channels. So this trend has existed before, but COVID-19 has accelerated that. They expand their digital channels. They can combine new sources of data that they didn't use before, and they can make, as a result of these new sources of data, use of new sources of data, they can make faster decisions and they can better link to customers. So these are positive side that use of technology that COVID-19 has created. For example, the companies that was more resilient to COVID-19, like DBS, they had, according to the CEO, DBS CEO, they had no layoff during the past few months or past year. With that, so they were so resilient to COVID-19. Not only they didn't have layout, but they could hire 500 more employees in these areas. You see, all of the areas are high-tech areas, high technology areas, like data, like digital technology, or client advisory. So other industries, other businesses also have adapted new technology in order to survive against the COVID-19. Like, for example, retailers use e-commerce. Now you can, the customers can do digital research for the products that they need. They can purchase, and they can also communicate with the company for after-sales service. Or, for example, auto company, they can expand their digital distribution channels, or airlines can use contactless check-in. So these are some examples how companies can use technology to change their processes during or after COVID-19. So as a result of this, there will be increase in demand in some specific high-tech areas for skills for employers, like coding, like web design, like digital marketing. So future employees need more have high-tech skills, like the skills that are listed in this slide. There will be increased demand for these skills, and especially COVID-19 led to growth in e-banking. So if we focus on finance and commerce area, so it will lead to growth in e-banking and e-payment systems and telemedicine, digital marketing. These are some example of companies that not only survived COVID-19 but also expanded after COVID-19. And you see in the list, two of the companies are very familiar, might be too familiar to you, like Lazada and Shopee, and you might guess why they expand their activities and operations. So other sectors that shown resilience to the pandemic, also like pharmaceuticals, like digital technologies, like communication. So all of them are high-tech services, high-tech industries. But what is the implications or impact for students or new or young job seekers in this job market? So definitely the future job environment will be different from past. Definitely it will be different, but it's not necessarily dark, but only it will be different. But how to prepare for that? So first you need to, the job seekers first need vocational training, that is university training. So that's the must. But also they need to upskill appropriately in order to match or to fit for specific jobs. And don't undermine the effect of positive thinking. Positive thinking is very important, and also be motivated. These are also very important. So young job seekers need to, in order to face the challenge, in order to meet the challenge, they need to adopt and they need to adapt to new environment. They need to adopt and acquire new skills, as I mentioned earlier. So some tips, what you need to do to prepare for the new job market. You need to use professional social networks or social media, or you need to be up to date keep updated on current affairs, what's happening in the job market, in the business, in the economy, or even politics, and attend online courses. There are various online courses about the data, about the technology that you can use, and also you can volunteer for a job to expand yourself and showcase your capabilities. So these are some of the tips that job seekers can use, young job seekers can use. And the skills that help you to survive the job market in the post-COVID world, like definitely like before, you need creativity and innovation, or you need more flexibility, because you need to adapt a few new situation, and you need data literacy or digital critical thinking. So all of these, some of these skills like digital and coding skills are high-tech skills, but some of them also existed pre-COVID era, because like leadership, like some of the skills cannot be replaced by automation or technology. So, but also you need to learn new skills. But COVID-19, with all of the negative impacts that it had, but also it has some positive impacts, like now graduates, job seekers, students can seek for job overseas. But that was not very usual before COVID-19, or even employers also can seek for, can recruit job seekers overseas without, for example, need for employment pass, and that will be most probably that will be new normal in the near future. Without employment pass or visas, you can recruit someone in another country if we continue this new system, like which we'll most probably do. And also graduates need qualification and qualification in data and digital skills. So what similar to what I mentioned earlier, they need to look for job training and on-the-job training and conversion programs after, in addition to their university training and vocational training. So again, what or graduates or students need, some of the skills that they need to prepare for the new job market, like they need to be digital native, they need to show flexibility. Flexibility is very important, and agility. They need to prepare to work from home. So because working in office probably belong to the past, so we need to prepare to the new working conditions, and we need to be multitask. Thank you for your attention. So I pass this to Dr. Rita to talk about how our programs will prepare you for the new job market. Rita, over to you.
Thank you, Wahid. I'm going to share my my slide. Let me just share my slide first. Can you all see? Can you all see my slide?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to make it bigger. Where is it? Okay. All right, there you go. All right. Oh, so I need to go to. Okay, so welcome to University of Newcastle. My name is Rita Padania. I think you've done some research about me, so I don't need to actually further describe about myself. I'm the program coordinator of business program. I'm here today to deliver my topic. So before I move on to the actual topic, so I just want to give you some reasons why you need to consider business or commerce as your degree. All right, so without any further ado, let me move on to the next one. All right, so if you're considering a degree in business or commerce, I think the most important thing that you need to consider is your intention and goals. As you see from the previous presentations, from Dr. Wahid's presentations, so you need to be able to adapt to the new way of doing business nowadays due to this COVID-19 pandemic, right? So it's a new model, types of business process that we're going to facing in the upcoming years. So you need to consider your intention and goals. So I'm going to be hello, yeah, can I start now? Is it okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, right. So yeah, let me just repeat it again. So if you're considering a degree in business or commerce, you should first consider your intention, your goals, right? So you need to be able to consider that one. Why? Because the broad range of business skills and topics can lead you to just about any career. So making the most of your business degree by knowing what you want to do with it is very important. Right? That is the most important thing, but it's actually something that can answer what has been presented by Dr. Wahid before. The business and business degree and commerce degree is very versatile because you can apply to just any types of career in and outside of the business, right? Now, I just want to just highlight why business discipline or commerce discipline is different from other discipline, just to give you an idea, the competitive advantage of taking business skills rather than business discipline rather than other disciplines. If you take a step back and look at the human history, business has been the center of our societies from the earliest days, right? And some might even say that the dynamic exchange of goods and even services is actually the cornerstone of our development into the massive civilizations and the emergence of modern business world. So, and business shows no signs of fading away. That is the fact. That's a fact nowadays. So even in fact, business stands at the forefront of innovations and progress up to now. So your interests and your goals do matter. I understand that these two things are important to just any disciplines, but the importance is heightened when it comes to business due to its wide applicability, right? So it's very versatile types of degree. So since it's very broad, so you need some kind of directions in order to avoid getting lost. So you need to ask yourself, why are you interested in business, right? Is it because of the attractiveness of the marketplace, right? You know that you can create money easily from the marketplace, right? Or is it because of the, you know, the lifestyle of the business people, the fast pace of lifestyle of business people, for example, or maybe because of you will have a chance to travel the world because you have that degree, and then what are your career goals? So you need to check yourself about your career goals, right? In the future, are you starting your own business in the future, or are you actually working your way up to the top, right? Or maybe your goal is only to make life easier for people around you. So these are the things that you need to check before you actually jump into the decision to take the business degree. All right, so another reason, so basically what can you as international students or maybe local students can get out of this business degree? You can get, with a business degree in hand, you can get an instant advantage to establish yourself among the competitions, as mentioned before, because it's very versatile types of discipline. You can apply the knowledge and the skills that you get from the business skills in just about any types of career. You can engage yourself. I know that, you know, building or running the business can take definitely different types of natural talent, but engaging yourself in the knowledge of business management, for example, can take that natural talent to the next level. So think about that. Right? So a degree in business is applicable anywhere, just about anywhere, right? So if you happen to, for example, specialize in international business, then you can make your office the whole world. That is the fun part of you know, taking the business degree, is seeing where it will take you, right? And another thing is that it gives you the set of skills that can lead you to a variety of careers, not just inside of the business, but outside of the business. All right, so those are the most important reasons. If you want to go to the more specific reasons by looking at the courses that we offer, business degree will teach you critical thinking and problem solving skills. Right? You might see that you know, business is might just like look at like exchanging goods on the surface, but a good business person know that underneath that, right? Underneath that is all about numbers. So your statistics skills, your patterns, your economic skills is very essential to make the most out of the production process. So this is actually helping the management to make the most out of the production process. It will teach you also the finer points of data analysis, right? Right. It will teach you, you know, basically the skills in analyzing the data, right? So remember that one I mentioned that about the numbers. So the business degree will teach you on how to do that data analysis by teaching you all these skills in terms of analyzing the data, which is very important nowadays, as mentioned by Dr. Wahid. All right, so this one is, we have a number of courses which are relevant to this, right, data analysis. The program teach you communication skills. As you know that business cannot be operated with one person alone and cannot be succeed without any customer or clients. So person skills, negotiation skills, even hospitality skills are very essential to, for the smooth operations of a business world. You also learn to engage in in-depth research, right? Remember that a successful business takes in all the factors around that entity, right? So it will teach you on how to engage in an in-depth research by taking, you know, all these facts economically and physically. So you learn about economic and all other things, all other factors inside and outside of the organization in order to make a proper decisions and help the management to make a best decision to achieve their profit goals, right, production goals, and so on. Right. Top ranked business programs will even encourage you to develop creativity, which is the one that Dr. Wahid also mentions, which is very good because this will nurture and hone your natural talent in order to create a novice product or maybe a novice idea or novice model, which is very good. Right? So if you ask yourself, why should I take business degree when I actually do not know what to do next, right? So the answer is that the degree in business is perfectly suited to help you in any career. That is the answer, all right? So how do we prepare our students for the exciting future ahead, right? So even though you might see that, you know, a lot of data that has been presented by Dr. Wahid is indicating that we're going to be facing a bleak future, but it's not totally bleak, right? There is some silver lining there. We still have to put some, you know, we have to be optimistic with the future, all right? So it's just a different types of environment later on, that what is actually expected. All right, so what to expect if you're taking a degree with University of Newcastle? We are ranked in 197 in the World QS World Rankings in 2022, sorry, in 2020. Our business administrations and management subjects were ranked in the world top 150 by QS World Rankings by subject in 2019. We are ASCSB, CPA, and ISCA accreditations. Our business programs is accredited by ASSB. And then you might be asking, why should I be bothered with these accreditations, right? Okay, these accreditations give you an assurance that all of our courses are aligned with the industry needs, right? And then, of course, is applicable everywhere. So if you go to other country and then you taking the subjects which is ASSB accredited, it ensures that the courses that you are taking are aligned with the industry needs, and they are taught by academics that have the capacity and capability to teach that particular courses, right? So we looking at the more specific of our courses. So we're actually offering the courses such as cross-cultural management and international business strategy, which is very essentials to to ensure managerial effectiveness in cross-border operations, and then ensure that multinational firms leverage their advantages in global markets via alliances and networking. These are the examples of courses that we are offering in one of our major. And then we also offer marketing research and digital and social media marketing, which are very important to develop your skills to identify opportunities and design strategies to reach consumers. You can study digital and social media channels for marketing campaigns as well, right? Very important, especially after the COVID era. Strategic business management and business development also offered by one of our majors. This one is very important on how in helping you to make strategic business decisions, review business models, and implement strategies, the innovative one, at the right time, and then how to develop and sustain organizations' growth by business ventures and entrepreneurship. So these are all the examples of courses that we are offering in our business programs and commerce, right? Okay, right. So industry relevance that I mentioned before, this is the elaborations of that. So the skills gained from a business degree are likely to include understandings on how organizations operate, right? How to develop your communication skills, both oral and written. You will develop your analytical and critical thinking, problem solving, decision making, logical thinking, presentations and report writing skills. This is very important. Numeracy and understanding how to interpret and use financial data, not just financial data, but statistical data as well. Self-motivations, initiative, effective time management, project and resource management, a close understanding of economic fluctuations and other external changes affecting business. Just exactly the skill set that you need in order to engage in any types of career. Right. So how do we learn these skills? All right. So if you look at the course structure, we have the assessment items, and these assessment items usually consist of multiple types of assessment items. For example, we have the group workshop report. We have the so-called cross-cultural reflective journal, right? Case study, program-based learning, which is very strong in some of our management and marketing courses. Group research project in our marketing research is very strong as well. We also teach you on how to develop research proposals. So it's not just marketing proposal, but also research proposal, but usually the structure is pretty similar. So we're going to develop all of your skills by doing this, the proposal. You're actually developing or you're nurturing and honing your skills that you get from other courses as well. So it's actually integrated. We also teach you on how to develop your data analysis report, digital marketing plan. We have the group analysis and presentations of allocated case study report, individual essay, right? This is to develop your own skills in terms of developing the essay, provide the logical thinking, problem solving by looking at the root cause of the problems or the symptoms, right? Written reflections on sales activity, right, which is part of our one of our marketing courses. Online forum contributions. So these are all the skills, the assessment items which are relevant to the skills that you need to gain for a business degree. All right, another reasons, if you look at the numbers in terms of the statistics, these are also one of the reasons why you need to consider University of Newcastle business programs. Our business graduate gets job, right? 84.9% of our Bachelor of Business graduates securing employment within 4 months of completing their degree. This is based on a survey. An affordable, high quality Bachelor of Business, right? So our University of Newcastle offers a quality B-Bus program with face-to-face teaching and learning mode. Flexible study options, right? Our courses run in a trimester base, and students are provided with an opportunity to study at the pace which suits their personal and professional lives. As a member of UN Business Club, and the Alumni Singapore chapter here in Singapore. We have both of these clubs, organizations. We have UN Business Club and Alumni Singapore chapter. By become the member of these two organizations, you can get you can build your network, you can develop your network, right? You can get in contact with the industry professionals, right? And then open the opportunities to benefit for your future career. Now, the ASSB accreditations, as mentioned before, is very important because this is our unique propositions, right? In terms of the quality, make sure that all the courses are aligned with the industry needs and wants, and then they are actually taught, the courses are taught by the resources that have the capacity and capability to teach the courses. Okay, I think mine is a bit more than 15 minutes, sorry about that. So thank you so much for your attention. I will return the screen to the moderator.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I think before we proceed to the Q&A session, we have Prof. Sally Chan here to actually share more about the University of Newcastle. So off to you, Prof. Sally.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Victor and Dr. Wahi for your excellent presentation. I'm Professor Sally Chan, the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the Singapore campus. What I would like to do in this coming 10 minutes is to introduce to you the University of Newcastle. Dr. Victor has mentioned briefly that our university is the top 200 universities in the world. In fact, we are consistently being ranked as the top 10 university in Australia, and we are also a top regional university in Australia. For those who have not been to Australia, maybe from the slide you can see that we are at the province of New South Wales. And apart from the city of Newcastle, we have campuses across New South Wales. And Singapore is our only offshore campus. The University of Newcastle Singapore campus has established since 2002. So we have a long presence in Singapore. And the university has a long time friendship with Singapore as well. So just introduce to you some of the very famous University of Newcastle alumni. You must know our present Minister of Transport, Mr. Kok Phoon Wah. I know that he has recently announced that he will retire from politics, but I'm sure he will continue to contribute significantly to Singapore. And other example of our very famous alumni in Singapore include Dr. Chong Kong Hin, who is the CEO of HDB, and Dr. Tin Chin Nan, who is the former PS of the Singapore Public Service and Senior Corporate Advisor. So you can see that our university have produced a lot of very famous alumni and have made significant contribution to Singapore and the region. And our university has partnered with PSB Academy since 2006 in offer a range of programs. So here you can see that we offer a range of business program, engineering program, from the health and medicine, as well as from education and art. So we have a very sort of seamless partnership with PSB Academy in order to provide excellent world-class education to our students studying in our program. Dr. Victor has mentioned about the world ranking of the faculty. So for all the business program, they are offered by the Faculty of Business and Law. So you can see that all of the discipline, in fact, are ranked above the top 200. For example, the business administration is top 150, and management is also top 150, and business economy is top 175. So our university offer world-class education to our students. And we are also one of the very few offshore universities that have a full team of full-time academic staff stationed in Singapore to teach and look after our students. So here, this slide presents to you the team of our full-time staff. So you already know Dr. Victor and Dr. Wahi. And in the business program, we also have Dr. Neil McGregor, who also will contribute to the teaching of the program. On top of the full-time academic staff, we also have a big team of sessional staff who are expert sort of practitioner in the field, in the industry, to provide important input to our students. And one of the very important mission of UON Singapore is to provide a great experience to our students who are learning in our program. When you start as our student, we will help you to transition to tertiary education. So we have support session to you. And we also have a lot of support to enhance your academic skills to ensure that you are successful in your program. For example, academic and learning workshop and peer-assisted study session or one-to-one tutorial session with your course coordinator or program coordinator. So one of the main objectives of us in Singapore is to ensure our students have great experience in the program and successful in our program. So how do we then differentiate ourselves with other offshore universities also delivering program in Singapore? So our students receive a program and education of same quality as a student in Australia received. After you graduate, the certificate that you got is undifferentiated. The curriculum that you study is also undifferentiated. That means you receive similar curriculum, similar certificate after you graduate. So in your graduate certificate, there's no differentiation that you study in Singapore or you study in which campus in Australia. So you sort of obtain similar experience and similar qualification. And as I've mentioned before, we have a great team of full-time research active academic staff in Singapore teaching the program and also take care of our students. And with the partner with PSB Academy, our students are able to study in the state-of-art facility to ensure that they got the good experience with the program and also have experience, also get in touch with the industry. And across the years that we operate in Singapore, more than 6,000 students have graduated from the programs. And they are all contribute significantly to Singapore and the region. And I do hope that you will be one of our graduates in the near future. So I wish you success in your future endeavor. And I really hope that you will consider University of Newcastle as the choice of your further study.